Welcome to Bravado Wireless Friday Night Lights Game of the Week. We're here in the 5A quarterfinals here at Hook Eels Field in McAlester, Oklahoma, where the number 1 ranked McAlester Buffaloes take on the number 4 ranked Guthrie Blue Jays. I'm Curtis Branch, joined with Dion Amati once again, and we're here for another great round of action here in playoff football.
Yeah, we certainly are. First round of playoffs was last week. Everybody who handled their business is ready to take on round 2, and these two teams are definitely part of that group. Very phenomenal athletes, but the running game is going to be the question mark today.
Absolutely. Both teams are kind of mirror images. We read the McAlester newspaper, the sports write-up, and Coach Mays, he said this was a matchup he wanted. He got it. He's a guy that wants to see how well they respond to challenges, and both teams are mirror images of them. Very, very good against the run, very good run games, and McAlester obviously led by super junior Eric McCarty. He had 176 yards or 126 yards on 11 carries and 2 touchdowns last week. And then we got another junior running back, one of the top 3 or 4 in Class 5A, Isaiah Hammonds, who went 31 for 226 in a score last week in the Guthrie win over Noble.
Yeah, Hammonds is a very dynamic player for this Blue Jays group. He's patient, he's deliberate, but when he gets going fast. And on the other side, McCarty is a player that everybody around the state knows. Everybody knows about the flowing locks. Everybody knows about number 5 and the black. And I'm looking forward to seeing both of these guys take the field tonight.
Yeah, we've called McAlester a couple times this year. Certainly Coach Macy is quite the character. He was a little more quiet tonight than I've seen him any of the other times we've seen him this year. He was pretty chatty before the Coweta game, pretty amped. He was very businesslike tonight, so it's a sign to me that Guthrie's got his full attention.
Oh, very much so. I mean, you can tell by the way both of these, not just over here at McAlester, but Guthrie as well. The demeanor of both of these teams is very businesslike. It's very serious. Nobody's messing around with this game. This one's for all the marbles.
Yeah, so we're going to take a moment here and listen to both coaches. We got interviews from both of them, and then we'll come back and talk about some of the key players and keys to the game tonight.
Well, I think whether it's, first scrimmage, first non-district game, first district game, week 10 or week 12, you've got to rely on your routine. Our players have certain things that we do on Mondays, Tuesdays, Wednesdays, Thursdays, the way we condition, the way we go to the weight room, the way we watch film, all those kind of things. I think players take comfort in the routine, and, we're approaching this ball game like we have the other 11 games we've been in right now. We've had, 2 good days of preparation so far from McAlester, and the kids are in a good place. If you're going to win games in November, in December in Oklahoma, you've got to be able to run the football and get first downs, and you've got to be able to stop the run on the other side of So running the ball, stopping the run are the primary components to winning playoff football games. And so that can be our key focus. They're very good up front on both sides of the football. And obviously they have a difference maker at the tailback position with McCarty. So it's a big task for us, but those are the things, you have to win the turnover battle, penalty battle, you have to run the ball, you have to stop the run. The energy's been outstanding. The kids, this is a good group of kids, and they have been all year long. As far as they enjoy practice, they enjoy each other. They like the grind of trying to improve weekly. And they understand the stakes. I mean, we've been in a lot of playoff games over the years here, and they know what's at stake. And so when you put all that aside and it just becomes a football game, now we're trying to block and tackle and run and catch and do all those components, and trying to put four good quarters together and see where we're at when it's over. I mean, you ask any head football coach and whoever they're playing, they may be playing the least athletic team in their district, or they may be playing the defending state champions. All that pressure is internalized, So the fact that it's win at all costs, it just makes it that much, sweeter when you get that W. And it's a tall task, but that's not something you want your kids focused on. You want your kids focused on the process and the things that we can control in order to put ourselves in the best position to play the game. So, there's no reason to panic. We got a good ball club, so do they. We're on the road, which makes things a little bit tougher, but it comes down again, blocking, tackling, running, and catching. Well, I think Eric McCarty, if you ask any coach in the state, Eric McCarty over there, their outstanding safety and running back, is a true difference maker. And they kind of go as he goes. Now, they have lots of good players to go with him. They're very good up front on both sides of the ball. The quarterback is very effective in the pass game. They got guys who can catch it. But, you know, if you're able to somewhat neutralize or slow down their number 5, the McCarty kid, you give yourself a chance. And, you know, and then, as always, you know, you're going to win games up front on the offensive and defensive lines, and they're good on both sides. But if we had to pick one player to try to neutralize it, it would be Eric McCarty. Our tailback, Isaiah Hammonds, has a really good year for us as a junior. Our offensive line and our wide receivers have had an impact on his success as far as trying to be good blockers and hustling to the whistle on every play. And then, you know, our defensive line and linebackers got to have a big night. You know, the Varnell kids, Spade Poole, Chris Saputis, some of those kids up front have had a big impact, and we'll kind of go as they go, you know, during the course of the evening. Well, we have outstanding fans here in Guthrie, and it starts with our youth, you know, our second graders, first graders, all the way up through our varsity teams. And our student section and our home crowd is unbelievably supportive. And you know, we would just ask that, you know, if they're able to make the trip over to McAlester, they come and support these young men as they try to take the next step in the playoffs.
Anytime you win in the playoffs, you move on. It's a good feeling. They executed the game plan well. Other than I mean, one series of defense, I thought that we didn't play to our capabilities is when they scored. And overall, you know, I was pleased with the game plan, pleased with the execution, and we were able to get our guys out, you know, early in the fourth quarter and rest them up and get ready for this round with a big win. I tell you, with Guthrie, it looks like you know, when you watch film, it's like looking in the mirror. They're a physical team, and they pride themselves on running the football, being physical, playing great defense, and picking their spots in the passing game. And it's eerily similar to what we do and what we like to do, and we like to hang our hat on. So, you know, credit goes to Coach Beebe and his staff and what they do, and their kids, and really their tradition on winning. And very storied program. We've got some history, you know, in the playoffs, and it'll be a tough matchup, really good quarterfinal matchup. I mean, I think every week's personal now. I mean, if you don't win, your season's over. Regardless, you know, what I tell the seniors is regardless of whatever happens, Friday night is your last game at home ever as a player. And it'll be the last time they get to strap it on as a football player here at Hook Hills. And that's a big thing to them. It's something important. The last time they got to watch teams, you know, 2013, 2015. And now they're the players that they once watched. And they want to be remembered. And at this point, you know, in this point in time in the playoffs, they're either going to be remembered as undefeated district champions or undefeated state champions. It's going to be one of those two in the yearbook, and which one do you want to be? So you got to keep doing that a step at a time, a day at a time, and they've been real focused. I don't think it's pressure. I think it's you almost wish you could fast forward to the game, but we understand how important practice is to get prepped for your opponent. You know, obviously, you wish you could snap your fingers and be where you want to be, but at the end of the day, there's no shortcut for what it takes. And to be good, it takes what it takes. There's no ifs, ands, or buts, and there's one winner and one loser every Friday night, and we know that, and we just want to put ourselves in the best situation possible. I don't think it's any added pressure. I mean, I think it's just part of it. So they know what it takes. They know what they want to do. Yeah, you know, they got a sophomore quarterback, I think, that manages the game real well. They don't ask too much of him. They ask just enough for him to manage the game, don't get them beat. And their running back and their offensive line are really good, and they've got a couple good receivers. So really, like I said, they're very similar to us. That running back, they have Isaiah Hammonds, I believe. I think he had 200-something yards this last week in the opening round shutout of Noble, and he's a great player, very, very shifty. But obviously, they're going to go how their O-line, you know, how their O-line goes. So I think they're really good up front. They're coached well up front, and then obviously their defense is really good. Otherwise, they would have held Noble to 0. 40-0 against Noble's a big feat. I think Noble was averaging 40-something a game, and they flattered the football, and they stopped the running game and make you try to do some things that they try to dictate what they want you to do, and I think that's part of their game, and we're going to have a good, nice little match. I think it's the same guys every week. I think there's some, I think we're going to go this week how our front seven on the defense goes. If we can shut down the run and if we can establish a running game up front with the O-line. Obviously, we have running backs that are capable. We have a quarterback and receivers that are capable, linebacker core and DBs that are capable. But I think up front is going to be the real key for us, offensive line, defensive line, and establishing the line of scrimmage, on both sides of the football. So, I think it's a big test of them. I think they need to take it personal. There's some good bulletin board material that Guthrie's given us, and we feel like it's a good challenge, and we take it personal. Like I said, anything's personal now that you end your season or you keep going. Anytime you get a chance to end your season really on how you want it to end at your home stadium is special. I mean, you get a state quarterfinal game at home at Hook Hills, and the seniors can choose how they want to go out, whether they want to go out winners or whether they want to pack it in their last game ever. I think they're going to choose how they want to end it, and it's going to be an exciting time to be a Buff and see how they decide.
We thank you right now for all of your many blessings. We thank you for your son Jesus and what he has done for us. And we're so thankful that he's very much alive today. Lord, we pray right now for this pandemic that you would help us to come out of it better and not bitter. In times like these, help us to become more considerate of others and more mindful of how we can help one another and how we can serve you and your children. We thank you that no matter how things may look, there's always hope. McAlester Buff, no matter how things may look, there's always HOPE. Our Father, we do pray for your blessings on this second round of state playoffs. We pray for our players, our coaches, our bands, our cheer teams, officials, and the fans. And we pray now, Lord, for good sportsmanship. And Lord, as we leave this place tonight, we pray that you go and make the way safe for our places of destination. These blessings and many, many more we are asking in thy Son, Jesus' name. And for all of you who love the Lord, shout amen. Shout amen. Thank you, Pastor Williams.
Welcome back to Hook Hills Field, and we're just about 15 minutes away from kickoff here in Class 5A quarterfinal action. And Dion, we'll hear from both coaches, and we're getting ready for a national anthem, but we'll talk a little bit about the teams. Both teams want to run the ball. Both teams want to stop the run. What's the difference tonight?
I think the difference is whoever gets that done the best. I mean, at the end of the day, a lot of talk has happened between these white lines during pregame, but getting it done, running the football is the goal for both these teams. As you mentioned, they're mirror image of each other as far as game plan. Which one of them is going to get that done?
Right. I think you look at the difference in quarterbacks when you have teams that are like that. Trent Boatwright, the quarterback from McAlester, is a senior, been in this game before. He's a key. We're going to go to the national anthem right here. National anthem is over, and we're about 10 minutes away from kickoff here. Curtis Branch and Dion Amati here to bring you the broadcast tonight for Bravado Wireless. Dion, we talked a little bit about the coaches. You heard the interviews, and we talked a little bit about who is the most successful. I was mentioning that I think Boatwright, being a senior, and we've seen him a couple of times, being a very efficient quarterback, he's a guy that I would expect to be, turnover, prevent turnover. Sorry, lost words there. Whereas, you got a sophomore quarterback for Guthrie, Hayden Calvert. I think the guy that plays better of those two is really going to be the key to this ball game for me, because both teams want to do the same things like you talked about.
Yeah, protecting the football is going to be important. Both these coaches mentioned it, especially during the playoffs. It's very important that you take care of the little things like penalties and turnovers and just being the best and most efficient football team on the field.
Yeah, communication is key at any sport at this level in the playoffs, and you got to have a good leader, communicate both sides of the football. And so I think that'll be a big key to the game. Talked about a few of the players. Who are some key players we're going to see tonight for Guthrie?
Well, for Guthrie, we already mentioned the main guy that's going to carry the rock, number 30, Isaiah Hammonds. He is a electrifying runner, very steady, to keeping his shoulders squared, north and south type of individual with the ball in his hands. Look for him to, try to pick up positive yardage every chance he touches the football and continue to pick up some first downs and keep this Guthrie offense on the field. I also mentioned the sophomore quarterback, Hayden Calvert. He is a guy with a nice arm. He's young, but he has a nice arm and a good head on his shoulders, and I'm sure this offensive coordinator will put him in situations where he can succeed in this game here tonight. On the defensive side, number 21, Spade Poole, is the guy you have to look at. He is the linebacker, he is the quarterback of the offense, and he does a great job of running sideline to sideline and making plays. This is not a defense that's very star-studded. They go as a team, they play as a team, and they make plays as a team. But Spade Poole is the one who's pulling for this defense the most.
You saw them in a matchup against McGinnis where they won 35-34 in overtime. Was he a standout of that ball game for you?
He definitely didn't, shine like a superstar, but he was one of the very much a frequent bright spot on this defense that continued to make tackles and make plays.
Gotcha. Who else on defense for them?
Well, you got to think about their one of their big-time players, number 45, Chris Zapata. He is a dynamic player. He's a guy that you're going to need to count on tonight. And veteran players are going to have to make big plays, and he's one of those individuals.
Gotcha. I think also Coach Beebe talked about Jacob Varnell, number 16, other inside linebacker for him in that 3-4 set.
Yeah, Varnell does a good job of running sideline to sideline, making plays, and he's one of those guys who's been in the program for a while, knows what he's doing, and he executes with the way you're supposed to as a high school linebacker.
Okay, turn over to McAlester. The most prolific guy probably in this player in this game would be number 5, Eric McCarty. What can you tell us about him?
Yeah, everybody knows about McCarty and they know about his game. He is a dynamic player and a guy that refuses to go down. Anytime you see somebody not wearing gloves in a football game, you always got to be aware of how tough that hombre is, and he is one tough hombre indeed. On both sides of the football, defensively and offense, I would like to see him in more pass coverage just so I can evaluate him as a player. But as defensively, he comes downhill, he makes plays from that safety position behind the line of scrimmage.
Yeah, he probably led him in tackles last week from the safety position. Who else they got on offense?
Well, you already mentioned Boatwright and his veteran leadership, his ability to operate the offense, and he's going to do a good job of getting the ball down the field and moving that offense and making it go. But it's going to be very important that this offensive line also comes here to play, because we mentioned a lot about running the football in this game. The offensive line is going to have to be the one that has to create those holes. They're going to have to get second level, especially on these Guthrie linebackers.
Yeah, and Coach Beebe for Guthrie, that's one of the things he said is McAlester is very good on the lines on both sides of the football, so that's something that he keyed on as well. When we turn about defensively, they have been a very good defensive team this year. I think they're averaging I saw it earlier. They were giving up 10.3 points a game and about 203 yards a game on defense. The Black Death defense McCarty's the guy that we've talked about. Who else is out there for him?
Well, the guy that you really need to focus on is that linebacker in the middle, number 3, Chase Faber. He is a player that knows how to get downhill. He is disruptive. He's fast, he's physical, and he loves playing football. You can tell when he's out there. He's excited to be on the field and making plays. So I imagine you'll see a lot of plays being made by number 3.
Yeah, he kind of reminds me of a Malcolm Rodriguez. I mean, big physical guy, not overly tall, but he is. He will come up and hit you. He's a really solid tackler and a guy that anchors that defense for him. So we've talked about some of the key players. We're about 5 minutes away from kickoff. How about some keys to the game here first for Guthrie?
Well, for Guthrie, it's kind of the same trend that we've been kind of mentioning throughout the game. Stop the run the football, and limit turnovers. Here's the thing. Turnovers are going to be very important because both of these teams want to, milk this clock away to keep their offense on the field and continue to get first down. With that being said, you cannot give up the football. You can't allow another offense more opportunities with the ball in their hand. So you got to take care of the football and play a clean game. On the other side for this McAlester Buffalo team, it's going to be kind of a lot of the same. Turnovers. We just mentioned you got to play a clean game, keep that ball in your grasp. Don't, make any mistakes with the football that costs you a possession. Number 2, execute. Very important that you execute and run the plays like you practice them. Do things properly. Last week, early in this game, McAlester had a couple of series, a couple of plays where they had some trouble lining up and executing. So they got to make sure they get that cleaned up on this game. Number 3, explosive plays have to be limited. If this Guthrie team is able to get down the field in a hurry, that could be detrimental to the game plan for McAlester. So they got to make sure that they limit the explosive plays. And then number 4, take advantage of the opportunities when they're given to you. Make sure you capitalize on those instances.
Absolutely. We're watching the coin toss right here as the official shows them the coin of the day. And get ready to toss it up. Guthrie gets the call. And they're going to defend the south end zone. And looks like they're going to defer to the second half. They'll kick off. McAlester will get the football first. Just moments away here and 2:37 left. We're going to see the Buffaloes take the field. Captains of both teams. I mean, Guthrie sprint out probably most of their seniors, but they sprint out about 15 guys.
There was a lot of them.
Most captains I've ever seen. That's a lot of C's. But we're just moments away in an exciting game here tonight, and really good playoff action all the way around. I thought one thing that was really interesting, Coach Beebe said, we don't get to visit with him much, but he gave us a few minutes before the ball game, was he said that he feels like there were 6 teams. They played in an incredibly tough district. They lost a tough one to Carl Albert, 22-19 in the last minute. They beat McGinnis, who 35-34 was state champions last year, I believe, correct? And had knocked out McAlester last year. And, or maybe, maybe Carl Albert won. Carl Albert got beat by McGinnis. McGinnis beat McAlester, and then McGinnis lost first game of the season to Coweta. Coach Beebe thought there were 6 teams he thought that could win 5A, that they're pretty balanced. He felt like these were 2 of them. And so we're going to see if they're right tonight. We've seen McAlester. This will be our 4th broadcast of McAlester games tonight. And we watched them manhandle Coweta earlier in the season. We've seen them early against Sallisaw. We watched them in first-round action last week. And this is the most business-like I've seen Coach Mazie here. So we're ready to go. McAlester will get the kickoff here in just a couple of minutes. We're ready to go with our playoff action here on Bravado Wireless Game of the Week.
We've seen this McAlester team play when they're loose. We've seen them play when they're having fun. We've seen them when they played with passion. Right now, they're very, very businesslike. So it's going to be interesting to see what kind of Buffalo team we get to witness when they're in this state of mind.
Yeah, it's a different mindset now. I mean, coaching a Booker T, and we having going into the playoffs, a lot of expectations. There were times in the year that your kids played loose, but when it's time of year, they've got the full attention of Guthrie. We do not have their advantage of being able to watch game film like they did. But it'll be an exciting ball game. We're getting ready to kick it off right here. Looks like Killian Barnes deep for McAlester. And they're expecting maybe a squib kick here to start this ball game. Got kind of bunched up here short, so maybe a deep one side, a short kicking game here. Number 4, Isaac Villalba is the kicker. I'll do my best on that one, folks. Here we go. Boots it away. Taken down about the 20-yard line there by number 2. He hands it off to Eric McCarty, who's got some running room down the sidelines. Cuts back to the 50. And he's dragged down about the 45-yard line there.
And then we said it was business-like, but we didn't say nothing about no trickeration wasn't going to be involved in this game as they hit the reverse handoff and the opening kickoff and take it past the 50-yard line. Take a look.
McCarty lined up to the right and then gets it on the reverse going back down the left sidelines, and he almost breaks it. Turned inside back there by Landon Herzl, number 15. And McAlester football deep in on the 45. Boatwright takes the snap, drops back. You got the screen to the boundary, and he's going nowhere.
And that's a tunnel screen that we've seen them run quite a bit. They ran it quite a bit last week, and a good job by Guthrie sniffing it out early.
Well, they've run it 2 or 3 times for touchdowns, but Guthrie was ready for it.
Junior defensive back, number 8, Braden Chaney, able to come up and make the tackle from his safety position.
Host of Guthrie Blue Jays there on the tackle. Got trips to the top of your screen right here. McCarty alongside Boatwright. Looks like there's a little confusion here. 5 on the play clock. Going to be able to get it off. They're going to have to go. They call timeout.
And again, we saw some of this last week as well. A little confusion by the wide receivers, the quarterback not able to get the play from the head coach correctly, and then an early timeout is called. The thing about it last week was it wasn't a close game. They didn't need those timeouts. This game, you don't know what's about to take place here. You might need those timeouts later on in the half.
Yeah, and I would say this too. This is a little bit. It shows a little bit of the nerves of this ball game because most of the first 10 to 15 plays of the ball game are scripted.
Right.
These guys have worked them. They know what plays coming up. They know what's going on. They have worked this the last 2 or 3 days in practice. They know the plays that they're going to call because they're trying to set up the defense, see how they're going to defend certain actions and formations.
And sometimes I just think they do a little too much early on in the game.
Right.
That you can catch yourself in that trap where you just try to, surprise the other side of the ball a little too much. You do a little too much. Right there, you just saw this McAlester Buffalo team get their heavy package into the game with Faber walking in. So let's see what they do here.
Yeah, I must have seen something they didn't like. Called an audible there, and it could be Guthrie, a little cat and mouse here. Here we go with our Wildcat formation. McCarty back deep. Takes the snap, and he's going to go off the right side. And
that's not going to fool him. You can see the host of Guthrie defenders right in the mix there to stop that Wildcat offense.
Looked like he had a chance to maybe bounce that outside.
They did a good job of containing. You could see everything.
Set the edge there. So it's going to make it a passing down here. 3rd and we'll call it 11 here now. They like to go to number 11, Cale Prather. He's the 6'4" wide receiver, seen near the ball there on the end there on the logo, but he's a guy that they've gone to quite a bit in passing down. So they'll throw it to every receiver. And Boatwright's a very accurate guy, so we'll see what they do right here. McCarty in motion, play action off of that, tunnel screen underneath to the boundary, and there is nothing there.
And again, coming up and making the play, this time number 2, DeAndre Jones. It looks like they might have been in man-to-man, and he just does a good job of reading his wide receiver and coming up and making the play.
Yeah, good job by Jones right there, and then going to see McAlester punt it away. A lot of pre-snap action here. Good punt down the left side, down to the middle of the field. Fielded on about the 7 by number 3. Taken down by McCarty. Or no, I'm sorry. That's Cale Prather. Number 3 on the return, Tyron Eaton. About a 9-yard return there. We'll give Guthrie the football, 1st and 10 from the left hash on their 16-yard line.
And to get a 3 and out on that play right there has got to be a big confidence booster for Guthrie. Let's see what they can do with it here offensively.
Yeah, when I hear coaches talk, got to run the ball, run the ball, run the ball, I think play action, first play of the game. Here comes the Hammonds bouncing out to the right, sweeps, gets it across the 20, out to about the 22, gain of about 4 or probably go 5.
And here's the thing right now. Number 33, Carson Wilder, the tight end, got a big block to seal the edge to give Hammonds that room.
Calvert checks down. He's going to make an audible here at the center. Hammonds adjusts to his right. Handoff going left. Got room to run. And a big gain there on 2nd down and 4. Gets about 12. Man, we'll push it out for a 1st down. First down of the game.
Watch this offense. Watch this offensive line. They're getting a lot of push up front and getting second level as well.
We're going to freeze him again here. Quick adjustment, and then Calvert back. Handoff inside to Hammonds, inside zone. Nowhere to go on that play. Garrett Shumway, 53. Number 50, Hayden Buxton. Both really good last week. And again, the Malachi Rice, number 32, sophomore defensive end. Good play there. Makes it 2nd and 9 for Guthrie. They're going quick. Calvert rolls right. Got an out route there. Finds Jones. Or I'm sorry, Tyron Eaton, number 3 for, looks like another, it's going to be a 1st down or just short.
Yeah, and Eaton hits a nice double move route. Decides to settle down inside the zone. Good job by the quarterback finding him in that soft spot. Third and 1. Let's see what they go with here.
Thinking Hammonds here inside. Rice gets him from behind, but not before. Looks like he gets a 1st down, picks up 2. Needed 1. Remove the chains. So 2 1st downs here so far in this drive. For Guthrie, gets it out to the 44. Where they're playing a little bit faster tempo than McAlester has played at. Got trips to the top of your screen. Hammonds motions out. Quarterback draw. Calvert picks up 4. And bring up 2nd and 6. First kind of motion we've seen from them. Now Calvert is a guy that can run it a little bit, right?
Yeah, he certainly is. He's not slow of foot at all. He's kind of quick with it. Those draws are going to be able to keep this defense honest.
This is the most sustained drive we've seen against McAlester all season. Hammonds gets a handoff, bounces it outside. He's got room to run, folks. He's got some speed. He's in the 20, 10, 5, touchdown. Hammonds. Isaiah Hammonds goes 56 yards for the touchdown to make it, give Guthrie the early lead.
And look at that block on the edge, great block on the outside, 1 man to beat, and check out the speed and the cut move to get inside and get into the touchdown. Man, that was a beautiful run by Hammonds, and I think he shocked these Buffaloes. They didn't know what they had coming to them.
Yeah, good speed there by Hammonds. He's pretty electric, as you told us in the pregame, and he certainly lived up to the billing right there. Snap back, hold is good, and kick is up and through. And with 6:03 left in the first quarter, for the first time this season, the McAlester Buffaloes trail 7-0. Well, we're going to take a break here on Bravado Wireless Game of the Week and come back for more action here in just a moment. Welcome back to the Bravado Game of the Week as you see the replay of Isaiah Hammond's bouncing to the outside and going 56 yards untouched, or relatively untouched, into the end zone to give the visiting Guthrie Blue Jays a 7-0 lead.
And you saw the experience, you saw the toughness, and you saw the physicality of that Guthrie Blue Jays offense. That offensive line was moving downhill. Those wide receivers were blocking on the outside, and they were finding ways to get the edge on this Buffalo defense. They're going to have to go back to the drawing board and kind of fix some of the holes in this defense.
Deep one side to the middle of the field. Fielded by number 1 there. Leighton Bass, and he gets around to the outside, gets outside the 36, 37-yard line.
And throws a nice stiff arm on that sideline as well, putting the defender to the turf before he runs out of bounds. And here's the thing for McAlester. They're going to have to go back to what they do best, run the football. And you can see Boatwright does not enter the game off the sideline, so it looks like they're going to go into that Wildcat.
Yeah, it's interesting because I've never seen him anything more than the jumbo sets, and they've got McCarty giving directions here. They got trips to the top of your screen, single receiver to the bottom, and here comes McCarty, and he's got nowhere to run, folks. Nowhere to run. I mean, there are 6 Blue Jays on him before he gets to the line of scrimmage.
Wow. Wow. This Buffalo's team, they're going to have to get things figured out because they are getting penetration in the backfield before they even get the ball in their hands.
Yeah. See Boatwright coming back in with a play, the quarterback, senior. This is an unfamiliar feeling for McAlester. They in the Coweta game, Coweta drove down the field very methodically, came up empty-handed on the first 2 drives of the game, and then from there, McAlester settled in and played great football. Trips to the top, handoff to McCarty, going right, and he is brought down from behind by number 45, Chris Chaputis.
And it seems like they're overloading one side, and they're getting through individually on the defensive line and making plays in the backfield. Because again, number 45, Chaputis was able to tackle our guy McCarty from behind, almost a horse collar, but he didn't get inside the shoulder pads.
Boy, Chaputis is a good-sized defensive end in the 3-4.
Look how they overload one side. You see there's 3 defenders right there?
Boatwright rolls left. He's looking for somebody to throw to. And incomplete.
Nobody there.
Throwing to Prather, but just threw behind him. That'll force another 3 and out. We've called this our 4th McAlester game. I don't know that they've had 2 3 and outs in a ball game. So with 4:21 left in the first quarter, 7-0, and McAlester has a total of -4 yards. Got 2 guys back. Les now takes the kick. Rugby style bounces, gets turned and over here. Will go down to the 30-yard line, and Guthrie where they'll take over.
There was a lot of conversation about physicality before this game began. And the most physical team was going to win, and the team that was going to be able to run the football between the tackles was going to get it done. Right now, the Blue Jays have certainly passed with flying colors.
Handoff inside zone to Hammonds, and he's got nowhere to run. This looks familiar.
Yep.
Good penetration by the McAlester front there. Garrett Shumway, number 53, and number 59. I think he's another Shumway. Let me see mine. No, that's Cason Whitley.
Consistency is the key, though. See if this Buffalo's defense can do it for 3 plays here. As you can see, the quarterback out at wide receiver, and they're going to start to run a little wildcat of their own here in Guthrie.
Yeah, number 10 taking the snap. Hammond's rolling right, and 10 is sprinting to the right. Got a little bit of room to run, but closed down pretty quickly by Faber there, I believe.
And that's just a good job of playing disciplined football and getting the edge and keeping contained by the Buffaloes.
Yeah, number 10, Jalen Chelf on the carry there. Picked up 2 or 3. This will be 3rd and 8 for Guthrie. See if they're going to be content to run the ball. Calvert back in a quarterback. Hammonds to his left. Calvert rolls left, looks deep. Deep drop. He throws it down the sidelines, and pass is broken up there by number 7, Killian Barnes. And they'll force a 3 and out.
That's just a good job in coverage by the Buffaloes. It seemed like it was all verts down the field. They do a good job of staying over the top and making a play.
Good response by the Buffaloes.
McCarty looks a little tired.
I look a little tired. But we're not here to watch me. Calvert back to take the snap. One step, punts it away. Good spiral punt. Fielded at the 38. He's got room to run, folks. Nice run and return there by Caden Lesnow. Gets it into Blue Jay territory at about the 43. I think is where it's going.
And that's how it's done right there. You catch the ball out the air and all you're looking for here is a first down by the punt team. He picks up that and some more, putting this Buffalo's offense in really good field position.
So they've had the run stymied. What do you do right here if you're McAlester to get this offense going?
Well, you can't really get anything in between the tackles. They mentioned all week about loading the box. That means you got to attack the perimeters and test some of these DBs out.
See kind of an overload here to the bottom of your screen. Ethan Watkins, sophomore running back, takes an inside zone handoff, and he is met by number 45.
He's clotheslined.
Chaputis.
They tried to give McCarty a little rest.
Something they do quite a bit. Looks like McCarty's back in, though, for this play.
And you know who we don't see? Number 20, Dakota Moten.
I think he got nicked up a little bit last week. He does play on defense. I did not notice him out there, but he carried the first couple of series. I think he twisted an ankle or something
last week.
McCarty motions to the left. We're going to throw a little quick hitch right out there to him. He picks up about 4.
And that's what you're going to have to do. Try to start attacking the perimeter and loosening things up here.
1:49 and counting here in the first quarter. Brings up about 3rd and 7 from the 40. I would kind of think this might be 2-down territory from McAlester. You don't gain a lot from punting from inside your 40, so I think you might see them go. I don't know how that affects play calling, but I definitely think that you've got 2 to gain 7.
Look at the number of defenders inside that box.
Boatwright takes snap. Got a screenplay right there to number 4. This play we haven't seen all year. And I've not seen Zach Freestead. Mostly an H-back, blocking back. We've called his name a couple of times in that situation. And kind of an interesting play. They sent using McCarty as the decoy, sent him deep right there, and it freed up Freestead for the catch. And boy, we got 4th and a yard here. This is an early statement on this ball game. I think you're going to probably see McAlester run their jumbo set. They're going to sprint him to the line. Here comes McCarty. Use this a lot in short yardage situation, and they jump off sides. False start by number 60 there. Jackson Smith. Now, Guthrie may have had something to do with that. See what the official says.
Yep. And what do we say about playoff football? You cannot have costly mistakes and costly penalties. And 4th and 1, that's a very costly penalty.
Absolutely. So we'll see how McAlester handles this one. I think they'll probably go.
Not as going to be as easy as it was before, though.
Nope. So it can maybe punt them.
Looks like they got the punt team out there.
In a game with these kind of stakes, I bet you don't see a punt. Under 9 here, trying to get set. They are not ready to go. They're going to have to burn another timeout. So haven't seen them use 2 timeouts and a half this year. See two in the first quarter. And McAlester seems a little rattled by the early success of Guthrie.
And here's what makes me kind of concerned. Think about this here. Why call a timeout when you're in your own, 38-yard line and you're punting the football? I think that might have been a fake on hand there.
Oh, I think it absolutely is a fake on hand.
Because if it's not, you might as well take the 5 yards and still punt the ball away. You're still going to end up
the timeout.
Yeah.
100%. We've seen them motion out of this kind of punt formation in the past, so look for that here.
Watch number 3, Faber, one of the up backs.
You got McCarty splitting out to the right. Bass is going to take it. He fakes it. He's got room to run. Trying to figure out if he can get there. He's going to be close.
And he takes a hit to get it too, guys. Goodness gracious, he lays out. And I don't think that was a fake punt. I think the snap was too low. He saw the defender coming. Oh, wait, look at the defender. It was a fake.
Absolutely, it's a fake. The line stayed still. You saw 2 guys release deep. And he doesn't normally punt.
You're certainly right about that, Curtis. Number 1, it doesn't look like a punter on my sheet.
Yeah, he's not, but good athlete, plays both ways. We've seen him throw a couple of passes this year, and he was attempting one right there.
But this Buffalo team has to pull out all the tricks in their bag to try to make something happen against this Guthrie Blue Jays team, man. After 1, I'd be a little nervous if I was a Buffalo fan.
Absolutely. We're going to take a break here from the action. We'll come right back after word from our sponsors at Bravado Wireless.
I'm Forrest Mazie. I'm the head coach of the McAlester Buffaloes, and you're watching Friday Night Lights on Bravado Wireless.
We got that, yeah, that undefinable vibe, yeah, that mood, alright, let's cue these lights. You can watch, but don't look right at it.
All right, this is Coach Beebe, head football coach for the Guthrie Blue Jays. You're watching Friday Night Lights on Bravado TV.
Welcome back to Hook Hills Field here in McAlester, Oklahoma, as Buffalo start the second quarter with 1st and 10 from the Guthrie 32. See some first quarter stats as Leighton Bass gets a jet sweep and deep penetration off the edge by Guthrie. Number 6, Delonte Glover. Oh, I'm sorry, it was one name high. Jackson Walters.
Jackson Walters doing a good job on the block, getting off the block, and making a play for a tackle for loss.
Brings up 2nd and 15 for the Buffaloes. Not what you want to see when they've had trouble moving the ball right here. Got a jumbo set to the top of your screen. Man coverage here at the bottom, and Boatride's going to roll right. Penetration by Chapudas, and that just puts him behind the chains even further. That's another sack on the play. That's going to be a loss of about 7.
Yeah, and I don't know what the play call is. It's got to be some kind of screen, some kind of, wide receiver tunnel, because it was 3-4 Guthrie defenders pursuing the quarterback and did not get blocked that significantly.
Yeah, I think it was a throwback to the Guthrie sidelines that never got there because of the penetration by Chapudas. And, boy, they got third and 20 here. And see twins both sides here. Boatride drops straight back, looking down the middle.
And he had a guy open. And I think that player was Bass in the middle of the field, but he just sailed the ball over his head.
Yeah. And it looks like that'll bring the punt team back out for McAlester. See if they got another fake here.
I believe McAlester has only got 1 first down in this game right now, and that was on a punt.
Not much positive yardage. Been behind the chains most of the night. Rugby-style kick there by Bass. Going to be down inside the 10. It bounces out around back to the 15-16 where it's down. Finally by Quintana, number 15. Guthrie pinned back, and this may become a game of field position, but right now it's McAllister's been had the more favorable field position and had nothing to be able to do with it. So far, you see the stats there, 84 yards rushing for Guthrie, 9 for McAllister.
Yeah, this explosive offense for the McAllisters.
Inside handoff to Hammonds, and he's bottled up after a gain of about 1 by Rice. Super sophomore there, number 32. Tell you what, you got a couple of good-looking defensive ends in this game with Shaputis and with Rice. The game's kind of settling in to be one to run the ball and stop the ball right here. Calvert takes a snap, play action. He's going to look down the sidelines. He's got him on the... Kale Prather with an interception, undercut the route late.
What a play. The ball thrown a little bit behind, and Prather goes up and gets it. Take a look at this. It's a post route in the middle of the field, laid it up a little behind, and Prather comes up and makes a dynamic play.
Prather's a great receiver, also skilled player both ways. You see a lot of Buffaloes going both ways here in a game of this importance, and a great play there by Prather to give him the ball back. Again, great field position. Every McAllister drive except for one has started inside the 45 of Guthrie. Let's see if they can get ahead of the chains right here. Need to get some positive yardage on first down. Pre-snap adjustment right here. See if they can get him on the shift. McCarty's got some room to run to the right. Bounces it back inside, got his hair pulled or a face mask. And number 21 there grabbed him by the hair. Spade pull. Inside linebacker.
Was it the hair or his whole helmet that he grabbed?
I thought it was the hair.
A lot of people
get a replay. Hey, I can't
for
see anything. I need replays every time, folks.
A lot of people are calling for a face mask. Like, take a look at this. He makes a nice cutback move to get inside, and it looks like, I don't see him grab the helmet at all. Might have just been the way he was violently tugging his.
Positive yardage here ahead of the chains. Brings up 2nd and 6. Yards have been tough to come by here for McAllister, though. Inside handoff to McCarty. He's got a little bit of room to run right there. Good push, good lean. Picks up 10, looks like, or 6. He's going to have the 1st and 10, move the chains.
And you see some of the adjustments that you're seeing from this McAllister offense. You see how they're shifting and moving and making sure that this Guthrie defense has to shift with the strength of the offense, and they're trying to catch them in those switches and take advantage of it.
Yeah, it's trying to add confusion to see how they can adjust. And see McCarty sprint up here. And again, pre-snap penalty for the 2nd time they run that play and got a pre-snap penalty, and it puts them behind the chains. Oh, we got offside. Yeah, somebody lined up offsides. Looked like some on the right end, and puts them behind the chains again. Not what you want to see for Coach Macy.
Are you curious on why they went to that formation after the first down? They got a first down, and it looked like they thought it was 4th and 1, and they were in that quarterback sneak formation with McCarty under center.
Yeah. I think they're just trying to see what they can do to get the run game going and get them loosened up. They've not had much success in the passing game. And a lot of that has to do with making pretty predictable. Guthrie, this game favors Guthrie so far. Boatwright, play action, rolls left. He got a receiver in the flats, and he just has to rush it there a little bit with late pressure and throws it behind Freestad. And that brings up 2nd and 15. And again, great field position, get a first down, and then get behind the chains. And it makes it tough against a great Guthrie defense. It makes it very tough to operate here.
There was a chance right there for Boatwright where there was a split second where he could have tucked that ball and run with it and probably pick up some positive yards. Held on to it a little too long. The defense did kind of break down. He got an open guy, but he had turned to go up the field.
Hand off to McCarty. He's got room to run. He cuts it back to the middle. Inside the 20, cuts back to the boundary. He's going to go all the way. Touchdown, MCALESTER.
When you have a dynamic player, you continue to pound the rock because you never know when he's gonna break. And when number 5 touches the ball, you gotta make sure you wrap up. They didn't do that, and he crossed the goal line for the first time this evening for the Buffaloes.
Had no speed to match him on the back end of that Guthrie defense. And that brings some life to this MCALESTER crowd. Wow. I think the offside, that was a pretty easy block. I think that had something to do with the guy jumped offsides. And you see McCarty there getting a little extra tape on the hand, getting a little water. Ready to go back out there. You might see him right here with the half the distance to the goal line. Looks like they're going to line up to kick the extra point. We've seen him in other situations like this. Go for two.
This is not the game to do that.
Booted through. Nice kick, and after 7:48 left in the second quarter, MCALESTER ties this ball game 7-all with a 35-yard jump there by Eric McCarty. You see the speed as he races into the end zone. And we're going to take a quick break here and come back to you with the rest of the action here in the first half as MCALESTER and Guthrie are tied up at 7.
Life is measured in moments, times where you accomplish something great, and times you spend with those who matter most. When it's time to share those moments, you need someone that you can count on. You need to be able to make your calls of congratulations at a moment's notice without limitations. Bravado Wireless is a provider that you can count on both locally and nationwide. Whenever you make the switch to Bravado, we'll even include a brand new iPhone on us so that whatever the moment, we're right there beside you.
Welcome back to Hook Eels Field or Stadium, and the MCALESTER Buffaloes about to kick it away here, tying the ball game up 7-all. And got some life in this crowd. Seems like they're pretty nervous there for most of that first quarter as Guthrie dominated the line of scrimmages. You can sigh a little bit, maybe take the coat off, folks, and settle in for the rest of the great one here on Bravado Wireless. Kobe Clark set to kick it deep. Boots it down the sidelines. Looks like, oh, it does not go in the end zone. It's trouble. We've seen that a couple of times this year where they let it bounce in other games, and it doesn't go in the end zone, and then you got to cover it. And fortunately for Guthrie, it did get to the end zone and gives them the first and 10 on the 20. Otherwise, he was going to be pinned inside the 5.
And they were racing down there like they saw the Christmas ham being served up for dinner.
Yeah, so each team has one explosive play. Talked about that, limiting those, and both teams have one. Both teams by the super running backs here. We're seeing the ball game tonight. Hammond's to the left of Calvert. Calvert takes the snap. Hammond's going right. Good penetration on the Buffalo sidelines. He's got room to run, folks. Pushed out about the 30, 31-yard line. Looks like they're going to give him a first down. Chains are moving south.
Hammond just keeps going on that stretch play, zone blocking, and then finding the edge and getting to it.
Who does this game favor at this point? We're about the midway point of the first half, or the second quarter. Who does this game favor?
Well, it kind of seems like Guthrie has set the tempo, and it's going to their, pace.
Yeah, inside handoff to Hammond's working. Gets up to about 3 yards. Make it a 2nd and 7 from the 33. Yeah, I would agree. I think if you're Guthrie, you're really pleased with how this game's gone so far. If you're the Buffaloes, you're happy to be tied. Not really pleased with the execution and the miscues that you've seen from your team so far. See twin receivers out here to the bottom of your screen. H back in. Inside handoff to Hammonds. Got room to run between tackles. He breaks free. He's going. I don't know if anybody catch him. inside the 20, 10, 5, and touchdown. Hammonds. Guthrie jumps back out. Explosive plays, 2 for Guthrie, 1 for McAlester.
And he just continues to find holes, and once he does, he shows off the speed, and man, it's phenomenal to see. Goodness gracious.
67-yard jaunt there by Hammonds, and makes it 6:43 left. Gives them a lead here with a point after try to come.
And for all those McAlester Buffalo fans who breathe a sigh of relief after their guy McCarty got into the end zone, go ahead and start holding your breath once again, because take a look at Hammonds get out of the trenches and see daylight and turn on the afterburners, and no one is going to touch him until he crosses the goal line. Take one more look at it.
Faber fitted that gap, but nobody was there for the A gap, and he bounces it inside and then outraces him to the end zone. Not good gap discipline if you're McAlester right there.
You can hear it right now. The McAlester sideline and the McAlester fans are stunned and silent.
It was louder here an hour and a half before kickoff than it is right now.
Hammonds has hushed the crowd drastically.
6:43 left, and plenty of ball game left, folks. This both teams settle in. This could be a great one.
How long was that touchdown?
67 yards. So he's had a 56-yarder and a 67-yarder. He's got 120 yards rushing. Probably got 150 yards rushing in quarter and a half football. So the running game has definitely favored Guthrie. And really, I don't know. I've heard a quieter stadium so far this year.
Yeah, fans are in shock right now.
We'll see what happens here. Looks like Guthrie's positioned themselves for an onside kick. And he kicked. High, short kick to about the 30-yard line. Fiddled by Les now. He's got room to run to the right. He gets outside the 40, cuts it back to the middle of the field, and he makes a guy miss and gets it out across midfield. Good running right there.
Again, great field position for the Buffaloes.
Yeah, field position hasn't benefited McAlester except for the last drive. Just good dancing right there. Good job staying alert, seeing what happens and making them alive here.
Start from the 50-yard line. See what they can do with the ball in their hands.
No completed passes so far from McAlester. Again, pre-snap movement here. You've got an overload to the boundary here. Hand off to McCarty. See guard tackle pulling. McCarty's got room to run. He's just going to try to outrace him down the sidelines. Gets down to about the 25-yard line. Nice pickup of 25 there by McCarty.
And they're finding ways to get the edge and break some tackles and find a hole. Once you get through that, past that first wave.
See the overload right there. They went unbalanced, folks, to the boundary. They had no receivers to the field side. They had twin receivers to the boundary, and then they had the H-back and the tight end motion over to that. So they had numbers. See if they do it again right here. Same type of pre-snap look. You see the motion over.
You're right.
See, they make the adjustment. They bounce it to the left there this time. What you're looking for as an offense, see what Guthrie does. Do they adjust numbers to the boundary? And if they do, they've got them outnumbered to the field side, and that's what they saw there, and handed the ball off to McCarty over the left side of the line. Picks up about 4. Good adjustment here by McAlester to see, give them different looks and kind of get the running game going. Boat right. sees the adjustment. McCarty moves back to the left. Handoff. McCarty rolling. Got the guard tackle pulling, but he's met at the line of scrimmage right there. Looked like number 6 and number 2 for Guthrie, Jones and Jackson Walters. And that shuts him down, maybe gains 1.
And this is how you know this McAlester bunch knows it's going to be a heavy-hitting, heavyweight game. The 2 players that normally don't play both ways right now, Wright and Faber, both in the game to help block.
Yeah, Rice and Faber both in the tight end and H-back. And you see them motion over Faber, the middle linebacker. A lot of D1 offers, and see the snap, and now you got to throw. There it is, Cale Prather over the top for a touchdown.
And Boatwright gets the ball out of his hands at the nick of time. He's slow to his feet.
I think he got hit a little bit there after the pass, got rolled up on. We'll see the play again. Shows them same look, same look. Yeah, he got hit as he released the ball, and looks like he got banged up a little bit. Going for the extra point here. Kick is up and good. Tied up again.
And take a look at this hit that Boatwright takes, because he seems to be a little banged up right now. You can see he lands on that back kind of awkwardly. It looks like that's what's getting stretched out on the sideline right now.
Yeah, good play by Prather. You've seen him in the other ball games we call. I mean, he's 6'4", wide receiver, plays both ways. Good athlete, good speed, and does a good job of catching that one. And that's really you just throw that up because there's nobody really there.
Yeah.
And that's set up by that same. You see this from McAlester quite a bit, where they're going to set up play action with really good execution in a motion set, and they're going to give you the same look, and then they're going to hit you with play action over the top. And so that's a recurring thing that you see from McAlester over the season to get this game back to 14-all with 4:59 left here in the second.
But if you're this Guthrie defense, you got to be situationally aware of where you are on the field and what down and distance you have. 3rd and 6. They haven't had a bunch of success on that drive running the football. You have to know that the pass play is going to come somehow, some way. They run play action and get the ball over your head. If you're going to win playoff games, that can't be the case.
Absolutely. So both teams you kind of see settle in. They kind of got a little bit of rhythm here as we got 4:59 left, second quarter. McAlester kicks it deep. Clark boots it down to about the 1 where it's fielded by number 2. He's going to get it out to about the 20, but that's DeAndre Jones. Nice return. See how both teams adjusted that inside running game, inside zone run for Guthrie here. Both teams great playoff experience. Guthrie's been in the playoffs 21 straight years, Coach Weeby told us. Single receiver to the bottom of your screen. You see number 33 there, Carson Wilder motioning. Inside handoff to Hammonds again. Good tackle right there, but he's still moving the chains, positive yardage. The thing I think Guthrie has done the best in this ball game early is not get behind the chains.
Yeah, and the reason they're doing that is because you see these late shifts. It's a basic zone defense, cover for the Buffaloes, but when they have the numbers, they're not. Look at this. It's trips to the side. That safety is in the proper place now. It's poach position. He has to stay with that number 3.
Inside handoff to Hammonds again. They're just going to keep pounding the rock. Picks up about 2 on that one. Better penetration there by Shumway and number 4. Sorry, I don't have my Freestead.
It's very important that this safety stays with this up back right here. The up back has been the direction they've been running the football all night. Watch number 33.
See twin receivers to the boundary there. Number 10, Jalen Chelf, and 3, Tyron Eaton. You haven't seen Guthrie over there, and that's right here. don't think this is the time. I think they're going to trust the running game. They're rolling right, and I was incorrect. And it looks like he got it. After, holds on to the play right there. The ball, Carson Wilder, the junior tight end with a great catch to move the chains.
And they go man-to-man coverage, zero coverage, and the safety is that far off. He has to run all the way across the field to make the play.
Yeah, see the physicality of McCarty right there, but didn't. Ball on the ground, picked up by Hammonds, and he's washed down by Shumway from behind right there. Good penetration by Freestad, number 4. But Shumway makes the play from the backside.
Does an excellent job. We see that ball just disrupt the timing in the play. They're able to get some penetration to get back there and create a negative play. And here's what you're talking about. That now they're behind the chain. Let's see if they can make up for this.
See how they handle it. I mean, you don't want to make a big mistake right here. You got a sophomore quarterback that you trust, got a good arm, but running game's been good. I think you're going to see him stick with the run game here. And there you go, play action. He's in a little bit of trouble. He finds room to run. He maybe picks up 2. But good execution there defensively by McAlester. And he did a smart thing. He started to throw it, wasn't sure, pulled it, and got something out of nothing.
There was a busted coverage a busted play right there. Some receivers were running routes, some weren't, and you saw the indecisiveness from the quarterback. Something didn't go right in that play call.
But the sophomore didn't make a mistake right there, which is something you like to see through Guthrie. Got trips to the top here. Looks like we're going to call timeout Buffalo, or Buffaloes. And we're going to take a break here in the action with 1:58 left in the first half. Tie ball game.
Planning a weekend away in your camper? Take your Bravado Wireless home internet with you. Right now, our most popular internet plan has been chopped. While other internet providers are stuck at home with all of those wires and your obnoxious neighbor, Hank, you are free to take your wireless router to your home away from home. Visit us at bravadowireless.com to find a store near you. We are Bravado Wireless, and we believe in the power of connection.
Back here at 1:58 left in the first half of the Hook Eagles Stadium here in McAlester. Number 1 ranked Buffaloes in a dogfight here against the visiting Guthrie Blue Jays, number 4 in Class 5A. See twin receivers to the top of your screen. You see number 2, DeAndre Jones, motioning to the bottom and look for a flood route on a roll right here. Something comfortable for Calvert as it does. And he catches it right at the sticks, but boy, that's going to be close, folks. Great second effort by Jones to reach late as he's going to the ground, and I think they're going to call him short, looks like. It is half a yard short here. And clock ticks under 2, and I think you'll see Guthrie see if they go for it.
It looks like they're going to go for it here. And why wouldn't they? They've been doing a good job being able to get positive yards all game long. They've been getting yards when they need it. See if they can get it here.
Hammonds motions, handoff inside, but number 16 met at the line of scrimmage by Faber, but not before he picks up the first down. Motion jets Hammonds to the right or to the left, makes a little indecisive, and inside handoff there for big first down. That's a gutsy call with under 2 to go, and McAlester life if they stop him, but they don't.
And they use Hammonds as a decoy, and I didn't understand why a lot of people weren't up on the line of scrimmage there. It was 4th and 1.
Well, it was a little deeper than normal too. Looked like it could have been a little pooch kick. Play action, throws deep and over the top of the receiver there, Chelf. And bring up 2nd and 10, stop the clock. 55 seconds left here in the half. This doesn't look like what Guthrie's comfortable with. Now, they may trust Calvert, but this isn't what they want to do. Under 2 minutes, trying to get points on the board. I don't know how far they need to go. Sees him roll. Got the throwback to the field side, and got tunnel screen, and Chelf got some room to run. He's going to get a first down. inside McAlester territory down to the 45.
Yeah, and he was pinballing all throughout those 10 yards to get the first down. Take a look at it right here, because McAlester has this thing snipped out pretty well. Look at the players running back. They pick up a couple of good blocks. He does a good job of staying on his feet. 56 helps him do that as well.
Calvert throws one, whips one out to the right side of the field over the top of Jones. It'll be 2nd and 10 from the 45. And good arm right there. You see the velocity, that pass, but a little bit high.
And you know what you're seeing here. I mean, 35 seconds left in the game. Guthrie being forced to pass the football just to save some clock and move the ball down the field.
Be big if they can get points on the board right here. Big for McAlester if they can hold them. Momentum going into halftime is maybe a deciding factor in the second half. And you see pre-snap penalty there. I think you got motion on, not sure who it was, but we're going back them up 5 yards.
Oh, that's going to be very helpful. Every yard counts in the 2-minute drill.
$50-yard line. 33 seconds left. Jones just inside the numbers to the top of the screen. Going to roll right. I think he's going to throw back. He's got down the sidelines. He's got Hammonds. Wheel route.
They tried to execute the wheel route out of the backfield on the hash right there, trying to hit him between the safety and the cornerback, and just overthrown slightly.
You normally see the wheel route to the boundary side where it's right down the sideline. It's got one-on-one with the outside linebacker and the running back. Got the matchup they wanted, but it's they threw it down the hash. Don't see that quite a bit, but he had him. Good play call for execution. Calvert inside or zone play here to Hammonds, and he's bottled up for nothing right there, and that should probably end the half, I would think. Headsets are coming off on the Guthrie sidelines, unless he wants to call timeout and throw one to the end zone. And I think if I'm a coach, I might do that. And he calls timeout with 3 seconds left. I think there's going to be time put back on the clock. Coach Beebe, you saw him standing next to the official, waiting to call timeout. 3 seconds left.
With that being said, I wonder what the plan is here. Like, attempt to kick from this far out with
I think you throw a Hail Mary. I mean, this game may come down to one play as close as it's been, so you got one chance to throw it to the end zone. I think Calvert's got the arm strength to do it. You just better not make a mistake on pressure there. I don't think it's a bad play. You know, announcers to the left of us are talking about the 63-yarder that Texas Tech kicked last week and walk-off to beat Iowa State. I don't think they're going to line up for a 63-yard field goal. I think you might see him throw it deep here, see some razzle-dazzle. You know, both teams have got a player or two in this week. See if they can make something happen right here. Play action, throws it deep. He's flush to the left, throws it incomplete down to the 30-yard line, and that will end the half with Guthrie Blue Jays tied with McAlester 14-all as we head to halftime. And with that, Bravado Wireless team is going to go to break, and we'll come back to you with more second half action in about 20-25 minutes.
Anytime you win in the playoffs, you move on. It's a good feeling. They executed the game plan well. Other than one series of defense, I thought that we didn't play to our capabilities is when they scored. And overall, I was pleased with the game plan, pleased with the execution, and we were able to get our guys out, early in the fourth quarter and.
We don't need 4 lines for our best price. Get unlimited mobile service for $40 per month per line, period. With the same nationwide network as Big Wireless and neighborly service like nowhere else. Make the switch and save.
At Bravado Wireless, we don't believe in wasting your time or ours. Our mission is to serve you with honesty and integrity. That's why we offer upfront competitive pricing with no hidden fees in our plans. For $40 a month, you get unlimited talk, text, and data with nationwide coverage. No data caps and no restrictions. No matter if it's your first, second, or third line, you only pay $40 per month per line. All of that with coverage on America's best network. We're your local service provider. Come get to know us. Go bold, go Bravado.
Right now, more than ever, we're choosing to take the back roads and stay off of the beaten path. We're doing all that we can to avoid the crowds and the hustle of the city. While we know that taking the road less traveled isn't for everyone, it's where we feel most at home. Every turn down this road could be challenging, and much like you, we know the harder the challenge, the greater the reward. That's why each and every day, Bravado Wireless is growing our network further down the county roads and down the roads less traveled. We're making sure wherever your road may lead, you're always connected. We are Bravado Wireless, Oklahoma's own wireless provider.
From nationwide coverage to live high school sports to the great outdoors and so much more, we've got something for you. We're a local wireless carrier right here in Oklahoma. We work for your town, in your town. But great cell phone signal in rural areas is just scratching the surface. We also broadcast live events from all over eastern Oklahoma. High school football, basketball, baseball, dirt track races, livestock shows, and community events. Everything to keep you connected in your community. We're also producing original shows like Connect Outdoors and Cooking Wild that shines a light on real Oklahoman experiences. You can find us at bravadowireless.com, or you can search for us on Facebook or YouTube. You can even find us on the Oklahoma Sports Network. You can download their app straight to your phone, Apple TV, Smart TV, or Roku. We don't just create for Oklahoma, we are Oklahoma. We're Bravado Wireless, Oklahoma's service provider.
Get treated like a neighbor, not a number. With the best price on home internet and mobile service from your friendly local provider. Make the switch and save.
We were there when your grandparents made their first telephone call. We were there when your parents were able to choose what to watch on cable. And now, we are here for you, providing high-speed internet service to your family. There is one thing we know for sure. No matter what happens next, Cross is here to keep you connected. Cross, serving families like yours, today and tomorrow.
Whether your roads are dirt, paved, or if you're blazing new trails, the roads we travel lead to all of our most cherished places and people. Bravado Wireless strives to keep you connected wherever the roads may take you. We are the leader in wireless mobility and connection in Oklahoma and across the nation. We carry some of the market's top cell phone brands, fast, reliable home internet, and greater customer.
I made the devil run. I gave him poison just for fun. I had one friend, now there's none. I made the devil run. I broke so many bones, but none of them were ever my own. They were an army, I was alone. I broke so many bones. I'm bad as bad can be, so bad that it's hard to believe. Oh, what they say about me. I'm bad, take a look and see. So bad that it's hard to believe. I don't care what they say about me. I watched an empire fall. I stormed the gate and scaled the walls. They wouldn't share, so I took it all. I watched an empire fall. I'm bad as bad can be, so bad that it's hard to believe. Oh, what they say about me. I'm bad. Take a look and see, so bad that it's hard to believe. I don't care what they say about me. Stop it! I'm bad as bad could be. Bad, I'm bad as bad could be. I'm bad as bad could be. Bad as bad can be, so bad that it's hard to believe. Oh, what they say about me. Yeah, I'm bad. Take a look and see, so bad that it's hard to believe. I don't care what they say about me. I'm bad as bad can be.
you not a threat, yeah. Hey, why would you wanna compete? Cause you ain't got nothing on me. We about to shut it down. Just wait around and you'll see. We about to go beast mode. Watch your words, you might eat those. You better watch out, cause he coming now, and we ain't never slowing down. It's been a long time coming. It wouldn't stop for nothing. The whole world we running.
Welcome back to the Hokies Stadium here in McAlester, Oklahoma for the Bravado Wireless Game of the Week. Dion Amati and myself, Curtis Branch, here to bring you second half action as we're going to see the Buffaloes kick off to Guthrie to start the second half.
Yeah, and first half action was pretty, shocking in the way that it went. Guthrie coming out and throwing haymakers early and landing a couple of them, leaving McAlester, shocked and fighting and putting them in unfamiliar territory, to say the least. So let's see how they answer back here as the score's tied 14-all to begin the second half.
Absolutely. Different formation here on the kickoff than we've seen before from McAlester, so look for something. Kobe Clark kicks it deep. Knuckleballer bouncing to the goal line, and Shelf lets it go into the end zone, and we'll take the ball 1st and 10 at the 20.
Now, Guthrie had a lot of success running the ball, hitting those stretch plays, and getting to the outside in the first half. I wouldn't imagine them going to anything different and continuing the way they were playing, because they kind of set the tempo, set the pace, and it was running to their liking.
Yeah, and we'll see if they go back to the Hammond show. He had 14 carries for 165 yards and 2 touchdowns in the first half. Not a bad half of work there. Motion and left. Play action. Going to look for the wheel route to the H-back. He's covered, though. Good coverage there by McAlester. Look for play action coming out to start the second half.
And that was a great defense by McCarty coming across, being able to get his hand in there.
Turn me up. Let's go sideline. Turn me up.
So we see reset here, and go 2nd and 10 here. 20. Cannons to the right of Calvert. Twins to the bottom of your screen. Got a reverse play going on, and he is nowhere to go. This big Garrett Shumway stuffs him for about a 12-yard loss there.
And the penetration was there from the beginning, and luckily enough, it was coming right back to him. And he makes a big-time stop on 2nd down.
Kind of a crazy spot. I mean, he got the pitch on the 10 and tried to go around Shumway. Shumway buried him at the 6, but they're going to mark it at the 11. It still brings up 3rd and 19, and we got a player down for McAlester. Jackson Smith, number 60 in the middle there. Could be a possible knee issue.
It definitely seems that way.
I don't think it's a cramp.
He was grabbing it before before he went down. You could definitely see that he was in a little bit of pain. So with that being said, I mean, we might have a time for a quick
Yeah, we'll take a quick break here as wait on the player to get some treatment. Back to the action here. Guthrie facing the 3rd and 20 from their 10-yard line. Calvert drops back to pass. Throws it deep over the middle. That's kind of a wobbler. It's up for grabs. And McCarty had a break on it, but good job by Shelf to break up the interception attempt there by McCarty.
Great job by Shelf, because that was a punt floating in the air, and he was able to get it in his grasp, but Shelf knocks it away at the last second.
Good possession there for McAlester to start the second half, get him behind the chains. And really, Guthrie has been straight downhill, inside zone, outside zone, and they try a little trickeration. Bad punt there as you see it going out to about the 35, going to roll out to the 38. Where again, McAlester has had their average starting position has been on the Guthrie 40 in this ballgame. They had 5 possessions, and we count them up. They've had 4 possessions inside the McAlester 45 so far this game.
They've capitalized on a couple of them. It's kind of been the reason why they've been able to stay in this ball game.
Offensively in the first half, Guthrie never got behind the chains. They start the second half with a negative play and end up driving poor field position, giving the Buffaloes life here to start the second half. Boatwright back in at center, or at the quarterback, takes snap and hands it off to McCarty, who gets across the 35 down close to the 32. I think that's where they're going to mark him. Gain of 5.
They got a little bit of an unbalanced formation over here. You can see they got a tight end out there, but he's actually an offensive lineman, so they got an extra lineman on the field. You can see, 1, 2, 3.
Yeah, they're unbalanced to the left here. Similar stuff you saw in the first half. Handoff to McCarty. Good lean right there as he runs, pushes it inside the 30, but then he's drugged back across the line. They're going to give him just inside the 30 and bring up the short 3rd and 2. They've definitely tried to play the overload or just try to unbalance, if you will, here this game so far to see how Guthrie is lined up formations we haven't seen all year, something you would expect playoff time. And they've got it to the boundary here. They've got way overload here to the right. Now they're going to go, they fake it and go back to the right. They got him out of position right here, but gets a gap. He had room to the right, but he bounced it up, cut it up inside the middle there, and picks up 5. Nice run to get a first down. Good, smart play right there. He could have bounced it outside, taking a chance. He took the yard and moved the chain.
Love the play design. That's kind of the adjustments that you're seeing after halftime. They did those motions and shift and switching to the other side. This time they fake it and come back, have the defense out of alignment. You can tell they were still looking up like, wait, did they come back or not? I bet you'll see that more, and
you'll see something. And you'll see something off of it.
Yep.
Goes quick. Pitch pass out to Bass. He's got room to run. Can he go? He goes all the way.
And there you saw it right there. The play action works to the perfection, and Bass is rewarded. Check out the speed, though. He wanted this touchdown so bad. He breaks 1 tackle and turns on the burners. Look at his feet moving and his arms pumping.
Yeah, you see the second back half of the Guthrie defense there. Doesn't have the speed to catch up to Bass on the sidelines, and he races into the end zone. Oh, kick is blocked. Shelf with the block, and 8:55 left in this third quarter. McAlester strikes first in second half action, going up 20-14. And with that, we're going to take a quick break here. We'll watch the replay real quick. Shelf off the edge, and he almost took it off the tee.
Yeah, that one might be costly.
So we'll take a quick break here before the kickoff and come back to you with more action here in just a moment from Bravado Wireless.
Come with a ting, come with a ting. Come with a ting, come with a ting. Yeah, can't sit me in the ring, sit me in the ring. Come with a ting, come with a ting. Come with a ting, come with a ting.
You don't need 4 lines for our best price. Get unlimited mobile service for $40 per month per line, period. With the same nationwide network as Big Wireless and neighborly service like nowhere else. Make the switch and save.
We got that, yeah, that undefinable vibe, yeah, our mood, alright, let's cue these lights, you can watch but don't look right at it.
Welcome back to Hook Eagle Stadium, and the McAlester Buffaloes take the first lead of the game. 8:55 left here in the third quarter. And a nice touchdown throw there from Boatwright to Bass. And good connection there. And 2 touchdown passes through the air tonight for Boatwright.
And both of them off of play action, helping themselves out, being able to run the ball successfully a little bit this evening, as rewarded them with some open pass plays down the field.
Deep kick here. Looks like that's number 2. Jones racing up the middle, gets across the 20, across the 30, and room to run. He's going to get out to the 40. Good return right there by Jones, the senior wide receiver, defensive back. That gives great field position for Guthrie, maybe the best of the game.
Yeah, I was just about to say, McAlester's had such great field position all night. This time, Guthrie gets and deserves and earns a little of their own. See what they do with it here offensively.
See if they go back to the run game with Hammonds, who was quiet on that last possession. Here he goes, sweeping to the left here. Got a little bit of room to run. Good tackle in the open field by McCarty. And helps up with Quintana.
And McCarty's starting to see the same thing I was talking about in that first half. They followed that up back. They followed number 33. He's starting to cheat over there in that cover 4 zone, and he's dead sprint on the run over there. Let's see if they turn up the play action with that being the case.
Yeah, he comes up too fast one time. 33 is going to run right by him.
Take a look at it.
See him moving. Hammond's inside handoff, bounces it to the outside. You see McCarty missing. That was close to going right there, but good chase down by Shumway, hustling from behind to bring him down, and Cale Prather there as well.
Yeah, you're right. McCarty did miss that tackle when he was coming down the field.
And that was close to being bounced because nobody in the McAlester backfield or secondary has the speed to stay up with him.
Yep.
Calvert, little hitch pass outside here to Eaton, and he got nowhere to go. Prather wraps him up. Yeah. Gain of 2, maybe.
Just trying to make a move. And Eaton hits the turf before he can get up the field.
Good open field tackle there by Prather. Hammonds bounces to the right. He got nowhere to go. Freestad comes up and run support. Takes him down for about 4-yard loss.
Big time play by Freestad, and I love the excitement afterwards. Take a look at this. He defeats the block, comes underneath the up back, and gets inside the backfield and makes a nice play. They've been running that stretch play all game long. That stretch play, finally Freestad said that's enough of that, gets underneath it, and makes a nice play for a tackle for loss.
Good job, team up 33 there. Calvert rolls right. I think he's looking deep.
And that time, McCarty does not overrun it. Stays with the up back and the number 3 receiver in that zone defense. And he's right there to make a play.
Yeah, Carson Wilder, the intended receiver right there. He's got a couple of catches on the night. He's been targeted a few more times. That one overthrown, and we're going to turn it over on downs, it looks like. 4th and 12. Now Calvert's the quarterback and the punter. May not be a play to do it right here, but maybe something to look for later on if they need it. Calvert with a catch, 1 step, and boots it down the middle. And that's going to go trickle down inside the 10 as Lesnow couldn't get on it and stop on the 7-yard line where McAlester take over with 6:38 left. Second half been dominated so far by McAlester.
Certainly has. Now they are in their worst field position of the night. See if they can pick up a couple of first downs here.
I think Coach Macy's thinking more than first downs. See what they do, though. It'd be interesting to see how they attack this. You got Faber in as the H-back. All the McAlester studs are playing both ways here. Bass catches a little hitch pass. Same play that he scored on last possession. Nice gain out to about the 12, maybe 13-yard line.
And now they're able to execute that a little bit because the box is loaded. They can raise up and throw those quick screen passes, get it to the outside to Bass, and he can pick up a good chunk of yards.
Got trips to the boundary here. Boatwright takes the snap, hands off to McCarty. He's got room to run. He's got one guy to beat. You see the speed. Gets outside of the 40, close to the 42-yard line. Good blocking up front there by McAlester. And they're kind of making some hay with the run game right now.
And there's that balance set that Curtis Branch mentioned earlier in the first half. 4 guys, the tight end and up back, 2 wide receivers, everybody to that one side. They're able to clear an alleyway, and your guy McCarty takes it right down the field.
Yeah, good run right there. Gets it out to the 40. Big first down, 10. Driving, good momentum here for McAlester. See what they do with it. Boatwright takes the snap. Hand off to Ethan Watkins, who's in for McCarty. He's got nowhere to go. Super sophomore had no room to run tonight against Guthrie. He's a guy that you don't look at a lot because you spend so much time focusing on McCarty, but he's a guy that they're definitely aware of. So first time they're behind the chains this half. See what McAlester does here. McCarty back in the ballgame after a quick break. Unbalanced to the field side here. You got Lesnow with the, that's Killian Barnes with the catch, and good gain after the catch. Makes it about manageable third down, about 3rd and 4. Good job getting outside quick and taking an easy play right here.
Good job by Barnes just getting up the field.
Yeah, not a lot of dancing. Those guys are well coached. Get a field, take what you can get. You know, I think if I was coaching high school football, I'd have much guys hold signs that meant absolutely nothing.
I think a lot of people already do that.
The staffs are spending half their time thinking about what's on these cards and nothing. With that, we're going to take a timeout on the field, and we're going to take a timeout in our action broadcast of this game from Bravado Wireless. 4:28 left here in the 3rd quarter.
You are called to be bold. You have a right to the best wireless service, high-speed internet, and customer service at a price you can feel good about. At Bravado Wireless, we know this, and that's why we put you and your community first. We are owned and operated right here in Eastern Oklahoma. We live where you live. We proudly connect you to your family, friends, and business partners wherever they are. Dallas, Seattle, Taipei, Toronto, and anywhere else in the world. We are Bravado Wireless. We believe in the power of connection.
Been a great season of football here on Bravado Wireless, and we brought you all these games, Bravado Wireless games of the week, and we're going to end this season here in McAlester, and but appreciate the Bravado Wireless team and having Dion and I come on and do these broadcasts. We've got to see a lot of great high school action, but I want to remind you that Bravado Wireless is a carrier that's a local carrier. They're in your neighborhood. They have a lot of community spirit, and they broadcast these games to show that. You don't see the national carriers doing that, and so want to show your patronage to them as holiday season comes up. See McCarty back in the action, gets the snap. Going left side. See him break out like a bullet. You see his speed. He could go all the way right here, folks. 5. He's gone for a touchdown. And 52-yard jumps.
That kid has some speed on him. He made one cut, saw the hole, and saw another cut, and made it to the end zone with ease. Take a look at this. Great blocking, stumbles, finds the cutback, and nobody's going to catch him. Take a look at it.
He had almost too much speed, almost overran his blockers and got stumbled up, but he bounced it back to the middle of the field and then outraced Jones to the end zone. The kick is up and through. And he's going to get some Gatorade after that one, folks.
Oh, he deserves it. He deserves it. This guy has played almost every snap of this football game.
Guy that's not going to be denied, and both teams want to get the running game going. Certainly, McAlester has been the stronger of the two teams in this game in the second half as they lead 27-14 with 4:16 left in the third.
52 yards.
He had a 25-yard run, and then he had about a 38-yard touchdown run in the first half. So almost 100 yards on 2 touchdown runs. Anyway, back to Bravado Wireless. Just to remind you, they have all the new phones out, the iPhone 13, the Samsung Fold, the Samsung Z Fold, and the other one, I forgot what they call the other one. Z Flip. Thank you very much from our production crew. They hate to see me stumble on those things. And but anyway, you're looking for your phones, look for home internet. Go see your sales team at the Bravado Wireless store here in McAlester and get yourself set up for the holidays.
Not only that, though, they got iPods and AirPods, and iPads as well. So beautiful.
Oh, this one doesn't go in the end zone. Jones has to take it on the one. And he's made a guy miss. He may have some room here. Gets outside the 30 to the 42 before he's dragged out of bounds. Kobe Clark with a good kicker tackle there, shoving him out as he's out of bounds.
Surprised there wasn't a late hit flag, as that one was kind of on the sideline, but you can see everybody, once those kicks are over kicked like that, once you get past that first wave.
Good blocking up front there by number 15. That's Landon Herzl. We'll see back in action here. Guthrie with ball number 44. Hammonds gets a handoff, and he's just stuffed. Jackson Smith says, I'm in here to play the game. Saw him come out early in the first drive of the third quarter, back in the ball game and making a difference.
Look at this penetration right here.
Beats the double team and finds Hammonds in the backfield. Great job up front by Smith. Boy, you feel all the momentum coming McAlester's way right here.
Certainly do.
Calvert, play action. He got nowhere to go, and he throws it to Shelf. He gets rid of it, but nearly a grounding, intentional grounding as Freestate came untouched off the edge to put pressure on him.
Great timing to send the blitz off the edge. Perfect play action pass, and he has a free run at the quarterback. Luckily enough, he's able to get the ball out of his hands and get it out of bounds.
Batted that one, man. I guess they called him incomplete.
Yeah, he was out of bounds when he caught it.
This is a tough situation for Guthrie. You need to get a first down. You need to move the chains. You've not gotten one here in the third quarter. The clock is ticking, 3:28. Calvert takes drops back, got receiver over the middle. And he lost one, trying to fit it in there with Shelf, and Quintana. Greg Quintana, number 15, with a big interception.
And that was great concentration by Quintana because it went right through Shelf's hand. Look at him come across the middle of the screen right here. He's wide open in the middle of the defense. Quarterback just overthrows him, and he's able to concentrate and pick the ball off and take it the other way.
Boy, huge momentum shift right here. First turnover of the game for either team, and gives McAlester good field position, 42-yard line. 3:18 left in the third. They score here. This could put a nail in the coffin, folks. I would not be surprised to see them go for something big play right here. They love the momentum play. Got the reverse. Lesnow's got some room to run here on the edge. Not going to go to the end zone, but he gains about 5, maybe 6.
Good job by Guthrie being able to pursue to the football and keep that play from hitting it big. The timing did seem a little off from the Buffaloes, but
I thought they got away with an illegal procedure right there. I thought they went a little early.
That's what I thought.
But I think what it was the center and a couple of the guys that went at the same time, and a few people froze. Boatwright talked to the line of scrimmage, or talked to his offensive line. McCarty to his left. Snap, McCarty inside handoff, and he's tripped up. Gains about 2 or 3, but good penetration there by, I think that was number 15, Landon Herzl.
And he got upended rather quickly, too. Did not look like that was fun. As he gets to the sideline, seems to be rubbing his hip a little bit.
Yeah, I kind of see if they'll go to the air right here. This is the long down to gain with a run, so they got the Watkins back in as McCarty goes out. Take a breather. Watkins looking for a place to go. Look for Prather right here. Boatwright keeps it. Going to dive close to the first down, but I think he's going to be about a yard, maybe 2 yards short.
And you never want to see your quarterback put his shoulder down like that. He took a pretty good hit. He was trying to get that first down, but
I know Coach Mazie wants to go for it here, but we'll see what he does. I know he's got a couple of trick plays on this stuff as well, running them on late, and looks like they're going to bring in the punt team. We've seen him in similar situations late in the third quarter make a big gutsy play right here. Look for him to maybe do something. Shift is on, trips hot. He runs it. He's got room to run. And he's not going to get there.
No, he's not. He had the edge for a split second there, but it closed on him rather quickly.
Spade pull, number 21. Big inside linebacker, read it from the start.
And here's the thing. That was on his discretion. As the punter, he had the choice. If you think you got the edge, go for it. If you don't, punt that ball away. He thought he saw something. I saw something. You saw something. But Guthrie did a great job of
expecting it. Good coaching right there by Guthrie to expect it. Handoff to Hammonds, and he's met at the line of scrimmage. Faber and Freestead. Freestead's had a huge game tonight.
He certainly has.
He playing in place of Moten, their Dakota Moten, the junior running back and linebacker, and doing a great job, being real physical. Made a big play on the last series, makes another big tackle right there. Guthrie has got to get the running game going. I know they're down 2 scores. It feels like it's slipping from them. But you've got a running back that can score in one play. You got to keep him involved in this ballgame. You see shelf motion, and you got jet sweep coming. Got nowhere to go as Rice stays at home, and just a host of Buffaloes. Shumway diving in. McCarty there. Great job setting the edge by 32.
The momentum is on the side of the Buffalo as you see Wright destroy his block, get off, and make a big-time play on that reverse.
Tell you what you see in the second half from this McAlester defense is penetration in the backfield. Shumway disrupted that play. Rice was set the edge with good penetration off the edge and really putting Guthrie in an uncomfortable situation here. 3rd and 11, late 3rd. Calvert rolls right. Going to throw the screen, and boy, he's got room to run, folks, and he fumbles. And he caught it and kept going. Carson Wilder, the H-back, makes a huge first down for Guthrie. Keep it driving right. Watch Calvert as he rolls right. Shumway releases underneath, bounces it up to himself. Tip drill, and then tips it again and brought down by Lesnow and McCarty, but inside or close to the 20 at the 22. There's life from Guthrie. Hammond sprints right, looking down the middle. Well, they like Wilder in the passing game, folks. He's been targeted several times. See why. Great hands on that last play.
And I think I really know why they're going for Wilder. You can see McCarty, he's got his hands on his hips. He's breathing for dear life here. And in that position, in that, stance, that's his man right there, and they're going for him on the passing plays. Take a look at it. Up back right here.
That'll be the last play of the third quarter as Hammonds gets it inside the 20 to the 18. We'll bring up about third and 5, 3rd and 6.
Yeah, but that third quarter was all McAlester as they did a great job defensively and offensively. Let's see if they can get a stop here in the fourth quarter.
Yeah, as both teams gathered together to talk about the fourth quarter, we're going to take a break. Dion and I need to stretch, get some hydration, and settle in here for this fourth quarter action here on Bravado Wireless.
Planning a weekend away in your camper? Take your Bravado Wireless home internet with you. Right now, our most popular internet plan has been chopped. While other internet providers are stuck at home with all of those wires and your obnoxious neighbor, Hank, you are free to take your wireless router to your home away from home. Visit us at bravadowireless.com to find a store near you. We are Bravado Wireless, and we believe in the power of connection.
Welcome back to the Bravado Wireless Friday Night Lights game of the week, our last one of the season, and we want to take a moment before the fourth quarter action starts to thank our entire broadcast team. Starts with camera operators Nate Overton, Kyle Shelton, Nikki Beeson, Dakota Adney, and Blake Westerby, and then the guys in the trailer that tell Dion and I what to do and when to come back on: Chris Rule, Jay Dash, Alec Beeson, Austin Howell, and Mike Cambiano Roberts. Thanks to you guys for making us look good here on Bravado Wireless. Calvert rolls right. Got a little option play to Hammonds. Boy, he's got nowhere to run. Good pursuit to the ball there by McAlester. Hammonds gets it down to about the 17, but it's going to leave fourth and about 5, long 5, maybe 6.
Yeah, great job by the Buffaloes pursuing to the football. Making something happen.
Owen Russell, we call a lot of people's names on the McAlester defense. Owen Russell, another one doing a good job there. This is the ball game, folks. If you're me, 4th and 6. Calvert drops back to pass. He's got Eaton in the middle, and he drops it, short arms it. Ball is turned over on downs, goes back to McAlester.
And take a look at this right here. They just say that the ball touched the grass and it was incomplete. He did pick it up off the turf and sold it very well, very well. With the ref, the sideline judge right there on it to call it and rule it incomplete. Take a look, see if it hit the turf. I don't know if it did.
It's close.
I don't know if it did.
He wouldn't have made it anyway, but big play right there. Hesitation by the sophomore. He's had a good game, but big-time play right there. Gives McAlester the ball. 11:18 left here in the game. Watkins back in as McCarty takes a break. Boatwright looks. A little draw play there by quarterback. Nice gain of about 4.5.
It looks like a little miscommunication between the wide receivers and the quarterback. Nobody went back to get that screen pass, and he had to run the quarterback draw instead.
Yeah, good play right there. Going to keep the clock running. That's where you want to see McCarty back in. Nice play call right there, and it's good to have a quarterback that can get you some yards up the middle. See trips to the top of your screen. Inside handoff to McCarty. Just puts his head down, tries to gain a couple. Looks like he does that, gets it out close to the 29. Going to be about 3.5 yards short of the line to gain.
Looks like they're going to bring the heavy set in as Stood, and
usually they've gone with the Wildcat or kind of the heavy set here. You got trips to the boundary right here. I would not be surprised to see play action. And McCarty gets it going to the right, and there's nowhere to go. Good job by Guthrie staying home, not biting on the the fake motion. And is that going to bring up 4th down?
Yeah, and it just seemed like there was a hole for a split second, but McCarty couldn't hit it fast enough, and they were able to pull him down to the turf. They're going to have to punt this thing away.
Yep, 9:25 and counting. Bass went for it on the last drive, and they've converted one 4th and long. I do not expect him to have the green light to take the edge here, but you never know. Got the 2 punters back. This is always an interesting look. Bass just takes it and punts it forward. On a bounce on the 45. Be downed right there by McCarty.
And I think McCarty did the smart thing right there because he saw that punt returner, Harper, creeping up at that football, looking like he wanted to pick it up and run with it. McCarty doesn't take a chance at that and just picks it up and says, my defense will defend it right here.
See if what Guthrie does right here. Calvert drops back. Looking at the sidelines, throws it short. No, they caught it.
Yeah,
well, that was an ankle grab right there. A shoestring catch by number 13, Jalen Harper. Gain of 9. See what they do right here. They got 2 scores. They got to go. 8:53 left. They got time. Look for Wilder in the slot right here, number 33. Inside handoff to Hammonds. Gets the first down and a couple more out to the 45 where he'll be brought down by McCarty and a couple others.
Yeah, and it's going to be very important that they score quickly here. They can't take too much time off the clock. There's still plenty of time.
Dropping back. He's going over the top. Good coverage right there by Killian Barnes. And
overthrows everybody.
Yeah, maybe intentionally. Jalen Harper on the intended receiver, but good coverage. And I think he just threw that one out of bounds to live another day. I hate when quarterbacks do that, don't you?
Yeah. Give your guy a shot.
Trips to the near side here. Calvert rolls right. He's got Shelf there for a first down around the 35. Like that concept. Kind of got levels there in a kind of a flood route, if you will. And good catch and good defense there to wrap him up after the catch. Working quickly, Guthrie fakes the handoff. Calvert runs up to the middle, gets close to the 25. He gained about 9. He will be short of the first down, but nice gain right there by the sophomore.
Very nice gain on first down. Quarterback draw does a good job with the play action and just getting north and south rather quickly and picking up some really good yards on first down.
Calvert working. Hammonds, can't forget about him. And, boy, McAlester was waiting for him right there.
Yeah, and I think with the second effort, though, he picked up that first down.
Yep. Stop the clock shortly here. They wind it and go after the ball's set. Got 3 timeouts left. Hammonds jets out to the left. They're going to throw it out to him. He's got a blocker ahead of him. Makes a guy miss. And he's going to outrace McCarty to the end zone to make it a 1-score game. Good play right there. You've seen him jet him out a few times tonight. Haven't thrown it to him yet. Finds him in the flats, and he makes a guy miss and shows that electric athletic ability, races to the end zone. Even McCarty couldn't catch him.
And just great job on the outside of just blocking and picking up the extra man so Hammonds can get into the end zone.
Point after try with a 1 miss by McAlester is a big kick right here. Keeps him ahead of the score. And a kick is good. See replay right here. Hammonds sprints out to the left and just Faber can't get there. Quintana can't get off a block and McCarty can't catch him. Good play design right there. by Guthrie to cut it to one-score game. And, folks, missed extra point in the late in the or the first score of the third quarter here could be a pivotal play here in this ball game, because if Guthrie can find the end zone again and kick the extra point, it will give them the lead.
Certainly, we're in for a fight here.
Yeah, this ball game has been really, both teams have had moments of dominance, and both teams have been really in a deadlock where both teams have not had a chance to really do much. And great coaching. It's kind of what you expect in high stakes playoff action.
Now here's the question: can McAlester move the football after they receive it over here? Still 7:15 remaining left in the ball game. A lot of time left, one possession game. They have to be able to move the ball and put some points on the board.
Yep. Neither team can really afford a mistake at this point. McAllister's got to stick to what they really make their mark on, and that's running the football. And then they've got to take shots, play action off of that. And Coach Macy's an aggressive guy, and you got to trust his line right here. Look for the onside. A little squibber down the middle. Killian Barnes with the return, gets outside the 30. Got a couple of blockers, and he'll be bounced out about the 35. Good field position once again from McAlester. So 7:08 left. We're going to set the stage here. McAlester scored 13 unanswered. Start the second half, and then Guthrie finally showed signs of life with offense their last two possessions and scored on a big play there by Hammonds, who has all three scores tonight for Guthrie.
They got 9 seconds on the play clock.
They'll get it off. Better go to McCarty right here. Inside handoff to McCarty, and boy, he is stuffed. Big time play right there.
Big number 21, Spade Poole, making a nice play. Take a look at this one more time. Penetration in the backfield. He falls off the block, gets his head across the belly, and drives his feet. What a nice tackle.
Great tackle right there. Textbook. Kind of a dangerous spot right here. If you're McAlester, you want to take some time off. You can't afford to go 3 and out right here and give it back to Guthrie, who's got a little momentum. McCarty got nowhere to run and stuffed for no gain. Going to bring up a big 3rd and 10. 6:20 and counting. And the penetration was really good by Guthrie right there.
Guthrie just digging deep defensively and getting penetration and making things happen. It's 3rd and 8. Excuse me, 3rd and 9. What do you go with here?
I would not be. I think they're going to look for Prather right here. This is the Wildcat formation. They threw this. They had this formation against Coweta, and they threw it to Prather for a touchdown. McCarty's going to take it to the left, and he's got about 5, but he's going to be stopped short, well short of the first down on about the 41.
There was a lot of room on the outside. It just seemed like McCarty had his head looking inside the whole time. It felt like he could have bounced it out a little bit and picked up some more yards, but
good job there by Jacob Varnell, linebacker. See what special teams does right here. Bass is waiting the snap, and he's going to boot it away lefty this time. Good kick right there. Fielded on the 24 by number 13, Jalen Harper. He's going to go out of bounds about the 34, maybe 35-yard line. We're going to call it 35, where they'll get the ball back. 5:02 left to play. Guthrie football.
Yeah, now this McAlester defense is up against it. They got to find a way to get off the field, especially on third downs, because what this Guthrie team is doing is sprint out passes and finding the open man in that soft spot in the zone defense.
Calvert takes the snap, handoff to Hammonds. It goes to the left. Bounces off one guy, makes a guy miss, gets to the second level, and gains 7.
Running strong is Hammonds, finding ways to break tackles and get to the edge.
Yeah, McCarty comes up, makes the play. It's going to give him manageable, definitely second and 7. Second and 3 after a gain of 7. Keeper kept by Calvert, dives forward to get a first down. Quarterback keeper up the middle. Moves the chains out to the 45. 4:59 and counting. You kind of feel like this is
momentum.
Well, not that. This is the drive of the game right here. Calvert looks to his left and finds Harper.
No. And they said it was an incomplete pass. It looked like number 13, Harper, had the ball in his grasp.
You see it again. Harper on a quick little hitch route right here. Catches in on that. No, he never had it.
Never had control of the ball.
2nd and 10. You got trips to the bottom of your screen. Hammonds. Calvert keeps it. Bounces it outside. He's going to get down quickly after a gain of about 6.
And I feel like that's the first time all game long that Calvert has pulled the ball on that zone read.
It is. Well, you just feel the energy in the air. Everyone in anticipation. 3:42 and counting. Big series here in this ball game. Guthrie doesn't score here, it doesn't mean the game's over, but this feels like an important series. Calvert hands off to Hammonds. Pushes forward close to the first down.
I think he's going to be a little short.
Yeah, from here it looks like they're going to mark him just about a football short. And it's going to be 4th and 1.
And they're bringing in the heavy package once again. Number 16 enters the ball game. Jacob Burnell.
Big game right here.
And you have to scoot up to the line. You have to scoot up. This is 4th and 1.
McAllister, timeout taken by McAllister. You saw it before the snap. I mean, McAllister is a yard off the ball.
Every time. It's literally you're in a situation where it's 4th and 1, and you got to come up. It's not regular zone defense.
Right. So we're going to stay here with both teams talking it over, and be interesting to see if Guthrie's play call changes here at all.
Yeah, I think you have to instruct this team as a defense to scoot up. And if that's the case, does Guthrie risk it and raise up and try to throw the football over their heads and try to make something happen? I don't see how you can do that. Their offensive line has been making great headway throughout the game, pushing and getting the yards that you need, and you have your running back Hammonds back there.
Yeah.
I say you hand the ball off no matter what.
It's been a great chess match tonight. The first time they gave us this big jumbo formation, they handed it off to 16. Look to see if they do that again. Oh, miscommunication. They gave it to him, folks. He got stuffed behind the line of scrimmage. Miscommunication by Calvert, but he dives late. Ball extended across the 45. Now they're marking him.
And I think he got just enough. Let's take a look at the replay and see if his knee was down before miscommunication, and you can't really see where his knee is.
Got a better look at it right here. And boy, that is,
dive, that late last-minute dive.
Great effort by Calvert to keep it alive here. He's got nowhere to go. Calvert calling his own number on the zone read and ran right into the arms of Rice right there, stayed home.
And I think he was down before that because he got the ball,
they marked
pulled
him back.
It, and slipped.
They marked him back 2 yards. 2-yard loss on the play, 2:21 and counting.
You can see that 4th down play again, miscommunication. Here's the thing. I think if they hand the ball off to Hammonds, he might have been short.
Yeah. See if they go to the air. Calvert takes the pass back, drops back, throws it over the middle. And there was contact there between Quintana and Jones.
But there's no call.
Or Eaton, and no call. Probably wasn't catchable. See the play again. Play action. Shumway getting after him.
Yeah, I think he overthrew that.
Yep.
So
good play call.
Third and 13.
Now it feels like it's even more important here, folks. It's palpable. 2:01 left. Set the stage. 3rd and 12. McAlester 47. Calvert rolls right. Oh, he is hit.
Woo! What a play by Barnes, coming up and making the big hit to dislodge the ball.
Eaton had the ball, had close to first down, and I mean, he gets popped.
He planted and pivoted and turned and exploded through the wide receiver, and that was an incomplete pass, and that might have been his biggest tackle of the season.
Absolutely. Great pass break up there by Killian Barnes. This is, folks, 1:55 left. Two heavyweights here battling it out.
Or down.
4th and 12. Calvert drops back, rolls left, and he throws it over the middle. He's got Shelf open, and he catches it.
Oh, no, it's an incomplete pass. He dropped the ball. Wow. I don't know how, but he dislodged that ball from him.
We'll get a replay. There's no replay in high school football. Good throw. Has him open.
And Barnes again.
Barnes with the pass breakup. 1:47 left. Deep in his territory. He makes the play of the game, folks.
Barnes again. Coming up big. Never giving up on the play. Ripping down through the tackle and dislodges the ball from the wide receiver. Somebody give that dude a Klein.bar.
This is the most excited I've seen my man Dion.
I love
all
defensive
season.
football, baby.
Boy, I'll tell you what, great play right there. Coach Mazie wanted a challenge tonight, folks. Wanted to see what his team was made of. He's had it. Wildcat formation. Snap to McCarty. Goes right up the middle where you want him to keep it. He's going to gain about 5 and get over across the 50. He's banged up. He's got blood on his
he's
uniform. Cramping up a little bit, and there ain't no way he's coming out of the ballgame, folks. Interesting that Guthrie did not use the timeout right there.
That's how much football he's played in this game. It's almost 40 degrees out here right now, and he's cramping up because he's played almost every snap of this football game.
You would expect Guthrie to take a timeout after this play. McCarty's got a little room. Boy, just sticks his head down and gains about 6.
Wow. Did you see the violence in that run? Curtis, look at this one more time. Watch him duck his head and make full contact with the runner.
He's not going to be denied. Braden Cheney met him in the hole, and he put his head down and said, I'm going for a couple more, folks. We got 3rd and 2, 57 seconds left, and we're going to take just a moment again, once again, to thank our staff from Bravado Wireless, Nate Overton, Kyle Shelton, Nikki Beeson, Dakota Adney, Blake Westerby, and the guys in the trailer. They usually bring us snacks, but tonight they didn't. Chris Rule, who's our head man, Jay Dash, Johnny Dash, Alec Beeson, Austin Howell, and Mike Camiano Roberts. And we thank those guys for making us great and being inviting us to be a part of the Bravado family. And we're excited to bring you high school football, folks, and there's not a more exciting game we've had all year than this one. The game comes down to this really next 2 plays right here. Guthrie has life if they can hold them short. I'm going to tell you what, I think Mazie's a riverboat gambler, and I think they might throw it to Prather right here. No, they're going to keep it to McCarty. That should seal it, folks.
And that was all they needed. When they needed it the most, they parted the Red Sea and they let their man McCarty take flight, and he does that. Man, what a strong run on third down to pick up the first down.
Well, we started the season with a great one in Poto. We're going to end the season with a great one in McAlester, and the Buffaloes are going to hang on to advance to the Class 5A semifinals.
You can see everybody up offensively, talking it out, trying to go through the situation and let them know what they need to do and get accomplished here, because there's still a couple of timeouts left for the Blue Jays. As you can see it on your monitor and your screen right there, 2 timeouts for the Blue Jays left in this game.
Absolutely. Guthrie's got to be dejected. They came over, dominated the first half, struck first, struck off, and Hammonds has had an incredible game, well over 200 yards rushing, 3 scores, and they're going to go to the victory formation. Boatright takes a snap and will take a knee. Guthrie's going to call. They're going to call timeout here. Stop it. Yes, see the faithful from McAlester on their feet, cheering on. Cowbells in the air. My favorite noisemaker of all the noisemakers is the milk jug with the pennies and the quarters in it.
That's old school, right?
That can make some noise, man, I'm going to tell you.
Yeah, I mean, McAlester, what a performance by them. I mean, they started off this football game getting rocked. I'm telling you, they did not know Guthrie had this kind of performance in them, especially with Hammonds and their physical play with the offensive line. But when they got down to it and they had to make a play and come back and show their grit and their toughness, they certainly did so.
Yeah, Boatright takes another knee, and that should be it as Guthrie goes to the sidelines. Under 30, they're not going to set the clock again. And you're right, Dion. McAlester had not met that kind of physicality, had not been punched in the mouth, had not trailed this season. Trailed 7-0, trailed 14-7, and finds a way to bounce back, take control of this ball game in the third quarter, and meet a foe that looks very similar to them in the mirror.
And that's what it is. The third quarter, they came out, made adjustments, made changes, and they came out victorious because they did what they had to do to win.
And the Buffs running down the sidelines with the flags, both teams exchanging handshakes. You got to give a lot of credit to the Guthrie Blue Jays. They came out, showed a lot of fight, showed a lot of toughness. Do what you want to do when you go on the road. You want to take control of the game. You want to cry at the crowd. We talked about how quiet this crowd was most of the first half. Not heard it this quiet all season in any game we had called.
And it was so quiet in the third quarter. It was almost like the players and the coaching staff was looking back at the fans and asking them, what are you doing? Get loud, let's go. And they finally rose to the occasion when they needed them to, and their players performed when they needed to as well.
Absolutely. Well, folks, it's been a great season here on Bravado Wireless as we see the Buffaloes sprint to the end zone to shake, celebrate, and get ready to move on to, practicing Thanksgiving week.
Yeah, it's always a goal for most teams around the state to be practicing on Thanksgiving weekend.
Yeah, so from our broadcast team at Bravado Wireless, we want to thank you once again for tuning in, watching us this season. We want to remind you to be a partner to Bravado Wireless like they are to these local communities. We broadcast 4 games here at McAlester. This year, we've been around to a lot of communities in northeastern Oklahoma and Green Country. And guys, you don't see AT&T, Verizon, T-Mobile doing this. You see Bravado doing this. Their cell phones are great. Their coverage is great. They got all the same equipment that the bigger carriers do, but they care about the local community. So we encourage you to stop by Bravado store, see what they've got, pick up the latest and greatest on the phones, and find your wireless needs through them. And for our broadcast team, we want to thank them for putting on a great show. great job with cameras, great job in the production truck, and a great season all the way around here at Bravado Wireless.
Yeah, it certainly has been. It's been fun to call the game with you. And after this, I'm going to go down there and shake Barnes' hand, man. Number 7, what a performance by him. 2 pass breakups in the final series defensively of the game, coming up big when his team needed him the most. I'm happy that I got to see this performance from both of these teams. I'm happy I got to call this game with Bravado Wireless. So thank you guys.
Hey, well, don't be down there too long. We got to get back to Tulsa.
Let's go.
So thank you guys for tuning in once again. Thanks to our broadcast team, and good night and God bless.
This broadcast is a copyright of Bravado Wireless. This game and broadcast should not be reproduced, rebroadcast, or otherwise distributed without the express written consent of Bravado Wireless and its management.